Hey folks, Rick here. Welcome to my channel. All right, well today we're going to be talking about linkage bearings. Now this happens to be the link here off my KX450, but really all the linkage bearings on ATVs and motorcycles and dirt bikes, they're pretty much the same. They're maybe a little different configuration, a little different shapes and sizes, but really changing out the bearing, the process is going to be pretty much the same. So let's get this up on a bench here and we'll start replacing these darn things. All right. Okay, so here's my link here. So I went through this thing, again, I've been having some problem with bearings. I've been checking them out on the bike. You grab your swing arm and you check for slack and you rotate bearings and everything looks out good. But it started out with my Raptor. The wheel bearings, front wheel bearings check good. I got them up on the bench because I had to replace a rotor. When I went in there and started physically checking them, they were bad, so I replaced them. That happened again on this thing here. My linkage really checked out good, but as I was getting into it, they were bad. So this lower one here checked out good. It tested good. I've actually got it serviced and I installed it, and then I went back to do these ones, and one of these I think was okay. Then this one here, I don't know if you can look at it, the bearings aren't even there anymore. It all fell out. So it's just shot. So this thing's like was on its last leg. So you really got to inspect these things by hand, get them off, really do an in-depth inspection on the darn thing. So I went ahead and got a kit here. I got this Tusk linkage repair kit. Really comes with all sorts of everything. You got all your different bearings here, seals, washers, comes with all new pins and everything like this. So it's a whole complete kit. It's kind of nice. So what we're going to do here is a couple different things. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't done this, but we're going to get these bearings out, but it's going to be a couple different processes. These ones here I think we're going to be able to press out. These ones here, I don't think we can press out. I think we're going to have to pull them out. So we're going to have some fun, use some different tools. But yeah, so the first thing we want to do here, I'm going to try the small one. Hopefully this is going to be easy. We want to kind of look at the bearing surface. I've kind of matched it up here. I've got the new one here. So what I've done here is kind of matched up. Hopefully you can see some of this. I've matched up a socket to the size of this thing, or it's a little bit smaller than this, but it doesn't go through, so we can push it through. Then I've got another socket here. I think this was the one I was going to use. That's larger than what I got, but still fits the outside of this thing here. So what we're going to do with this vise and some heat is essentially squish this stuff here and press that bearing right out into here. That's the theory. Haven't done it, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're going to use this nice squeaky vise here, I think, and give this a shot. Now we're going to be using some heat as well. So sorry here if you're not going to be able to see all this stuff. I think it's going to be a handful here. Yeah, I got to get this opened up quite a bit wider. Wouldn't that be nice? Kind of helpful here if I could get a second set of hands. Actually, so we'll see here what this does right there. And get this centered good. Hopefully you guys can see some of this. There we go. All right, so I hopefully got all this stuff aligned. I'm going to go slow. I'm basically just going to turn this handle and hopefully press this out. But I'm going to take here, Jesus, of course I've got a goddamn knot going always. Hold on. Let's go. All right, yeah. I don't got that fancy of a shop, so it's just kind of over in the corner. But I'm gonna get my heat gun out here. I might use a torch. I just got a lot of flammable stuff out here. I'm gonna try using my heat gun here. Put some heat on this thing here. Hopefully that'll cause it to expand. That'll make it go in there. So let me go ahead and do this. All right, so I've got this one out here. Everything seemed to come out pretty good. I lost my socket, my little socket here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get reset up, find that, and then we'll get ready to push this new one in here. Okay, folks, so what I want to do here, check the inside here. I'm going to apply just a little bit of grease to the inside here, not a whole lot. To make this thing go in a little bit easier. Okay. Now, I notice on this thing here, you've got a rounded edge and you got a flat edge. So we want to make sure we push on this flat edge when we go in with the back of our socket. And I'm not going to use the other side of the socket here, but what we also want to do is we got to center this thing here. So there's little seals that had popped out that go in there. So you're going to need about 1/8 of an inch here. Once we push this in, we need this to go in about 1/8 of an inch. You can see here, if you look at it, it's quite a bit smaller, but that's what we want to do. We're just going to push that in there. We're going to go slow, and hopefully it'll go in a lot easier than it did. Might even be able to get this thing started a little bit by hand here. So I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and heat this up a little bit. Get it good and warmed up again. And let me get set up here a little bit. That's probably better there. Okay, so I'm going to stick this in. I'm actually going to just line this thing up here a little bit like so, and start the process here without the putting the socket on here. I'm just going to try to push this in nice and easy, being very careful with it. There we go. Going in really easy. It's like it should. There we go. Got that in. You can see there, but you can see the gap on this side. Hopefully I got a lot longer to go. So I'm just going to go ahead here and get my socket lined up. Farther. Okay, so I want to check this thing now. Just kind of look. You see it's still just a little bit in there. Still got a ways to go. Let's slide this back in. Let's check it again here. Okay. You can see here I got about 1/8 of an inch. I got about 1/8 of an inch, so I'm actually think I'm pretty good on this one. So I'm going to stop on this and call this one good. I'm not going to put the seals into the end because I'm going to keep heating this one up. But that's it. I got one in. I'm going to go ahead and here do the rest. I could get these ones out, and we'll start on this last one here last. So let me just go ahead and keep after these ones. All right, folks. Hopefully you can see this. Look how rusty that is on the inside there. On that one there. So yeah, that rust must have took up all the slack. But yeah, that is completely shot. So this hasn't been serviced very much. At least once a year you had to pull these things apart. Thankfully on my Raptor they got grease zerks on all these ones, but this KX does not. So yeah, let me get after it. I got one more to do. Okay, folks, so these are ready to go together. So I'm going to go ahead and grease these all really good, fill them up with grease. Hopefully my grease gun doesn't run out. Then we'll install the seals. I'm going to make sure I get all the cavities in there nice and filled up good with grease. Crap. Bearings all came out. Watch out for that. All right, so sometimes these little pins, you gotta watch out, obviously, when you grease them there, that the pins don't come out. As mine did. Wasn't paying attention all that much, so it came out. Put a little bit more grease in there. More on this side. Okay. It's like everything's in pretty good shape there. I'm going to stick I'll go ahead and really carefully here. I'm going to go ahead and stick my seals in. First, what do I do with the seals? Too much garbage on this thing here. Okay. Show the oil seals. Okay. Let's Stick these in, just like so. Just being very careful with them. You should be able to push these in hopefully with your fingers. If not, these ones are getting pretty tough. I'm just going to take this big old, that's not a fat enough one. I'll take this fat socket right here. Just gently tap on it. So make sure it goes nice and flat. There we go. The seal on this side. This one's going in a little bit easier. Okay. Stick this one here in, nice and easy. Sure everything's looking good on there. My two new collars, stick one on each side, making sure they go in nice and easy into the seal. And I'm going to stick my bolt back through here just so I don't lose anything. And let's see here. Just trying to stick a couple just to keep these things tight on there is all I'm doing. Okay. All right, so that one there's done. So I'm going to go ahead and stick in the seals on these other ones. Okay, folks. So there's one rebuilt little dog bone there, or little linkage. So next one we're going to do is this. So let me go ahead and start it here. This one's going to be a little different here. We're going to have to figure it out what the best way is. It's obviously a lot longer. This bearing is actually in good shape, but I've got all new bearings, so I might as well just go ahead and stick them in there. Yeah, that doesn't want to come out. Oh, boy, it's terrible. Probably could punch that out, be honest with you. See if this punch fits in there. Oh yeah. So I think I can just probably punch that thing out of there. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. So you either got to use, if you can get a punch in here, like I can here, I'm going to try this one. I'm going to heat it up really good. Otherwise, you got to use like a blind bearing puller. I don't think these things press all the way through. If it does, it's going to be one huge socket. So I'm just going to try something different here and try it this way. So let me heat this up. Okay, well, so there's a couple ways you could have done that. So looking through this one here, it looks like it's flat all the way, so we probably could have tried some long socket. I'm not sure if I would have had enough room on this one. So I did it with a punch. You just got to be careful not to gall anything in there. Yeah, pretty easy. We'll do the same thing here. I think we should just hopefully be able to push these back in. Gotta try to get these darn seals out here. They're not want to come out. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Some lube. Okay. Voila. Put our seals in here. Hopefully I can get these ones in by hand. A lot easier when they go in by hand. All right. Looking good. Good. It's looking good. Pack a little bit in around that seal there. Oops. Tap this one in here. That one doesn't want to stay in there very good, does it? There we go. Okay. Stick our little, I gotta stick our new pin in. Stick our new pin in here first. Going in, stick in our little retainers. Voila. This stuff out. Yeah, I think I got the bolt over there still for this one. So that's it, folks. You know, I just had some basic stuff. I don't have all the nice tools or the nice shop. I did have this vise and a little heat gun. But just take your time, grab some sockets. You can press them in and out. You know, there's several ways here. So I used a punch to punch these ones out. You can do it that way. I could have got a long socket and pushed it through. I wasn't sure if I could do that or not. On this one here, you could have. I'm not sure if my vise here would have been big enough. You could also stuck this in here and use a blind bearing puller and tap them out. You could do it that way. I just tried this way. It's quick and easy, and they're all done. So now I got brand new linkage bearings. You know, these things really need to be greased at least once a year. You know, pull your swing arm out. Grease that, grease this stuff. If you've got grease zerks, that makes it super nice. This one doesn't have it, which is why it's bad. Someone probably just never went in and serviced the darn thing. So yeah, you can see here some of these bearings. That was bad shape. But you know, again, I couldn't really tell. I checked all this on the bike and moved and jiggled and everything just felt nice, good, and tight, but it obviously was not. So when I got up and got a detailed inspection, that's what happened. So that's that. How to replace the linkage bearings. Pretty simple and easy to do. You can get a nice kit like this. There's actually like it's kind of nice there. It just comes with everything you need in one kit. Was pretty good. Easy to do. I'll go. This will last me now for another, you know, many years there, especially if I take care of it, you know, the way I should. So that's that. How to replace the linkage bearings. You're good to go.